I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I could soar. I see rain running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. Well, my name is Faith, and I'm here actually visiting one of your workers, Janera Walker. A little bit about myself: I do music, I do hip-hop rock, so I sing and I rap, and I do acting on the side. And I'm really just here just because I've always wanted to come to this part of the country. I feel like there's so much that I can learn from it, but with all of the media and stuff, there's sort of this propaganda that people are sort of afraid of coming to the Holy Land, and so I was kind of blessed to have a friend who was already here. Okay, well, music, I've been doing music for 6 years, professionally. I love music. I've always been in music, but I love gospel. I love jazz. I love rock music. I love rap, and so I've sort of created my own personal voice, which is a sort of an entwine between rock and rap. And so it's very energetic, very lively. I love going around and performing. I think that's my passion, and really conveying a message. Everything that I do has to have a message to it. I just don't get up there and just sing or write some music for just the sake of writing music. It has to have a message, and so I see that sort of almost like public speaking. It's sort of my platform to musically deliver a message. For acting, I've been acting for about 2.5 years. I sort of started acting because because I wanted to be better on stage with my music. And so I found an acting coach, and he kept on encouraging me to continue. Then I found a couple of other acting coaches. That way I could learn the different techniques. And from there I just sort of fell in love with acting. I think it allows me to tap into different parts of myself that I otherwise wouldn't. I'm usually a reserved person until I get on stage and people are like, who is that crazy person on stage? Because I think all of that comes out. So music and acting is just a huge part of who I am. For, anything, I think it's learning to respect other people, learning to understand that we are human. And I know we have a lot of differences and a lot of cultural issues and a lot of history, but learning to really forgive folks, I think, is the biggest thing. I had even personal issues where I had to learn to forgive people, which I could sort of relay that message on to individuals within Palestine and Israel. Like, you have to really work on yourself individually before you could collectively come together and work as a group. And I think a lot of it has to go to really seeing each other as brother and sister, or seeing each other as humans. And even though we're different and we may look different, what I've come across, especially traveling, is that we're still humans. We still have a lot of similarities. Not everything is completely the same, but if we learn to just treat other people like we want to be treated, I think then we could go a long way, So that's my primary message to this part of the world, is just learning to accept each other. Just look at each other and realize, hey, I'm going to treat you how I want to be treated. I want you to treat me the same.
Yo, this is Faith with Palestine Street and Osama. Come on, Slash, hit the beat.
I think it's great, honestly. It's a lot of work, and it's to get that mindset. Again, it goes into the personal being of each individual, not to resort to violence. Because I know I could have, talking with Janera, I can relate in a sense to, in America, between the blacks and the whites, and learning how to, even though people come against you physically, to still stay positive and have that message of nonviolence, to know that eventually it'll come about. We made it through. It's only been about 40 years in America since, the blacks, about 40, 60 years in America since the blacks have truly been free. And so it takes time. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of energy, but that nonviolence effort really goes a long way, because it's easy to retaliate with violence. But I think when you go non-violently, you sort of gain that respect that they really believe in what they what they say, and they're willing to lay down their lives, or they're willing to do it in a way that is respectful for me, even though I'm not treating them right. I love the Holy Land, actually. I've always wanted to come. I always wanted to come. No one wanted to come with me, so I think it's a beautiful place, and I think if people actually came, they would get a better understanding of what is going on, because I'm learning things that I would not have otherwise learned just listening to the media. They don't give you everything, or they don't give you the dynamics of what's going on, truly going on between the Palestine and Israel. And so I think if people would just take time to just come and learn from themselves, then they could get enough information to at least take a proper stance on what they believe in. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I could soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly.